I welcome all the students to the video lecture on the topic recent trends in banking and technology. In my earlier lecture, while explaining the brief outline of the syllabus for the paper Recent Trends in Banking and Technology, I explained I have given a brief outline for the unit first and unit second of our syllabus. In my earlier lecture, I mentioned that the first unit of our paper, which is Recent Trends in Banking and Technology, in the very first unit, we will discuss about the introduction to the technology in banking sector. And in second unit, we will learn about the information security and disaster recovery plan, which was implemented for the banking sector. Now, in this particular lecture, I will give brief outline of our syllabus for the unit number 3 and unit number 4. So let us start our discussion about the syllabus of the recent trends in banking and technology for unit 3 and unit 4. In the unit 3, the title of the third unit is Electronic Delivery Channels. Electronic delivery channels means banking sector are delivering their services to the customers through various electronic channels. Means with the implementation of information technology in the banking sector, with the initiation of the computerization in the banking sector, the banking sector is providing its multiple services to the customers through various electronic delivery channels. Out of various electronic delivery channels, in this particular unit, we will study about some selected delivery channels or selected electronic delivery channels. The very first point we will learn in this third unit is about National Financial Switch, features, membership and services. The National Financial Switch is the largest network of shared ATMs in India. This National Financial Switch is designed with an intention of connecting all the ATMs of the country, and this National Financial Switch, it is run by National Payment Corporation of India. Then the second delivery channel, the second point of this third unit is about CTS. CTS, the full form of CTS is Check Clearing System. In order to fastly clearing the check services, this system of clearing check clearing system was started. Then the second concept is positive pay system. I will repeat again. CTS, the full form of CTS is Check Transaction System, and this check transaction system is the system which is implemented for the clearing of the checks, and this system was undertaken by Reserve Bank of India for faster clearing of checks. So we will study the check transaction system CTS in this second point. And again in the second point, we will study positive pay system. This positive pay system was implemented in India since 1st January 2021. This positive pay system implemented as per the suggestion of RBI for the check transactions above the amount of 50,000. In order to eliminate the bank frauds, this positive the pay system was started by Reserve Bank of India. So this concept of positive pay system we will study in the second point. Then in the same second content we will study National Archival System, that is NAS. This archival system, in this particular archival system we will study about the record keeping system of the banks, or document record by the institutions, how the banking institutions keeps its record and keeps its document. Under this concept we will study National Archival System. Then the third point is about Aadhaar enabled payment system. In this particular concept, Aadhaar enabled payment system, we will study how with the help of the Aadhaar card, Aadhaar number, we can perform the banking transactions. We can perform various banking transactions. Then at the fourth point we will study about the Bharat Bill payment system. This Bharat Bill payment system is the online payment platform which brings together various banks and e-commerce portals. So how this Bharat Bill payment system brings the customers, brings the banks and e-commerce platforms together, that we will discuss. Who are the participants of Bharat Bill payment system, what are the features and what type of services they do provide. These are the points which we will discuss under this Bharat Bill payment system. So these are some electronic delivery channels through which the banks provides various types of services to the customers, that we will discuss in our third unit. Now we will move towards our fourth unit. The fourth unit is about innovative banking system. In this particular unit we will study about some innovative banking system which we started implementing. The very first point we will study in this fourth unit is about small finance bank, organization, function and importance. In order to increase the financial inclusion in the country, in order to provide basic banking services to the large number of population, in order to provide the lending services to the weaker section of the society, the government initiated small finance banks. These are the banks which are operated by individuals, non-banking financial institutions and microfinance institutions. So these are the banks which started with an intention of financial inclusion, that we will study in the very first point of the fourth unit. How its organization is, what are the functions and what is the importance of these small financial banks for the expansion of the banking services, that we will discuss at the very first point. And the second point is about the payment banks, organization, functions and importance. With the same intention, that is increasing financial inclusion, this payment bank system was initiated by the government. This payment bank system, it accepts the deposits, but the accepting deposits is limit up to 1 lakh rupees. This payment bank cannot issue loans and credit cards to the customers. So this type of payment bank, it is initiated in order to increase the financial inclusion of the country. This organization, the details of this organization we will study in the second point. And at the third point of the fourth unit, we will study about the new concept, that is Islamic banking system. The Islamic banking system, its nature and importance. The Islamic banking system is such a system which runs the bank on the basis of Islamic principles. The bank which runs on the Islamic laws, we say it as a Shariat law. The bank which runs on these principles, these laws, is known as the concept of Islamic banking. Particularly, there are some principles of Islamic rule, there are some rules of Islam's, there are some principles of the Islam. These principles of are to share profit and loss equally among its members. The second principle, important principle of the Islam, is prohibition of the collection of interests from the by lenders. So, on the basis of such principles, the banking organization, the banking system was initiated, and this system is known as Islamic banking system. We will study the nature and importance of this Islamic banking in the fourth unit. And at last, the last point of this fourth unit is about business correspondent model. The business correspondent model is such a model which maintains, means the banking services, the banks, in case of business correspondent model, they maintains the retail agents, or the banks engage some retail agents for providing banking services at certain locations other than bank branches and ATM. Mostly we do avail the banking services at bank branches, and mostly we do avail the banking services at ATM centers. Apart from that, nowadays we avail these banking services online through internet banking, mobile banking, from anywhere. But apart from these platforms, bank branch, online platform, ATM machine location points, apart from these locations, the bank has assigned or engaged some retail agents for providing banking services at various locations. That model is known as business correspondent model. In order to get this business correspondent status to the retail agents, what is the eligibility condition or eligibility criteria, and what are the scope of services, means these retail agents, what sort of services they are in a position to provide to the general customers of the banks. So what is the scope of their services? These are the some points which we will study about the business correspondent model in the fourth point of our last unit. So in this way, in the fourth unit, we will study some innovative banking services. The innovative services which recently these services have been initiated by the Reserve Bank of India, initiated by the government of India with the approval of the Reserve Bank of India. So in this way, in this particular lecture, I explained the brief outline for the syllabus for Unit 3 and Unit 4. So in this way, in 2 lectures, I explained the brief outline of our syllabus for the paper Recent Trends in Banking and Technology. From next lecture onwards, we will start with our actual syllabus, and in the next lecture, I will start our teaching of our syllabus from our very first unit. In this particular lecture, I stop here. Thank you. Thank you very much for your patience listening.